It's official. TinHifi, they've upgraded their most popular, and I'll even go as far as saying their most successful IEM, the TINHIFI P1. It's now officially redone and upgraded. This is their P1 Plus. It's still the same IEM in its design and look. It's just that the driver has now been improved. The original P1 back in 2019 when he made its debut, it was a massive success. I would go as far as saying by far the most successful IEM that TinHifi ever launched. It's not even close, literally. Their T series models never took that mantle of being a huge success. They had their quirks, but the P1 was a crazy success. In fact, it had almost a universal love, almost a universal, as long as you had the power to drive them, because what they had as problem was powered. You had to bring your amp, your DAC, something serious to drive them, and it's one of the things. It sold a lot, but it's one of the things that held it back. If only it was able to be driven easily by most devices, I think the P1 would have done a little bit better. So the P1 Plus, still maintaining that look. Really no difference in look if you put them apart as put together. You would notice they don't really look different from each other. They, in fact, I would even say they're using almost the same identical cable. So let's go on and see what you're getting now. The upgrade, the P1 Plus, is still coming with a 10mm planar magnetic driver, which is the same size as the original, but the difference this time around is that this one is a newly developed ultra thin diaphragm that will deliver faster response speed, has wider frequency range than the original. There's also a magnetic circuit system that has now been upgraded to a double-sided symmetrical array magnetic circuit, which the original didn't have. It also has a total of 14. It has, the new one now has a total of 14 magnets, evenly distributed on both sides of the diaphragm, film. The TinHifi P1 Plus is tuned to be resolving. This new one is going to be their most resolving sets. Like they want resolution out of this more than anything. So this is exactly what they're going for. And the wonderful thing is that they did not touch the price, so it's still $160, a price tag that a lot of people would be able to work with. In fact, right now, if you go through the link I will drop in the description, there is a discount. You will be able to get it for $160 right now, but the official price that it will go back to is $170. So there is a $10 discount at the moment, but it's not going to last. The discount will last till the 12th of November. So after Black Friday, 11/11, it will go back up and all that. So that's it. The only difference from the original is this new diaphragm technology. The ultra thin nano diaphragm technology is a little bit better than the original. The stainless steel shell of the original is still the same, so there isn't really much of a difference in its shell design. So I'm not going into it expecting anything. Now, one thing they've improved over the original is the sensitivity. Now, on paper, right now, it looks like as if it is easier to drive with the sensitivity I'm seeing, because it is 108 decibels of sensitivity, which on paper it looks good. I don't know practically whether it will be driven off most devices like smartphones, most most underpowered DAPs or even Bluetooth diagrams. I don't know whether it's still going to be able, because 108 decibels of sensitivity means that it is relatively easy to drive. It is relatively easy to drive. It's not perfect, but it is relatively easy to drive. Now, another thing it does have is a good impedance rating. It's 22 ohms. So at the end of the day, it's good, but it's not perfect. It's good, but it's not perfect. One thing I will say for certain is that there is room for improvement. Now I don't know whether they made this thing easy to drive, because one thing people did complain is the ability to use this thing, the ability to make it easier for most buyers, most people that will get their hands on it, to be able to power it on. So it was really important for this company to make it easier for people to drive it, because if you're not going to be able to drive this model, it becomes a big problem. So it's something that I just hope that this 108 decibels sensitivity improves drastically, because if it really improves it and people are able to drive this model without a lot of amplification to it, I kid you not, this will be a huge success. It will sell a lot, and it will just be a success. It literally will be a very big success. There is no denying that it will be a massive success. But at the moment, we'll see what happens. So this is a new model that is out. Keep my eyes out for any other deals that appears for it. At the moment, do subscribe to the channel. I'll see everyone very much next time.